welcome back. It's often hard to talk about, but if you're divorced, maybe you're widowed, or you are just out of a really long-term relationship, getting out there again can be difficult, a little unnerving at times.
But we've got help. Dr. Susan Albers is back with help for dating the second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth time around.
Should never give up, right?
Absolutely.
Never give up on love.
Absolutely, yes. A lot has changed in the dating landscape. There's new language, terms, technology, as we learned before. But what has not changed from the dawn of time is the psychology of connection. Everybody wants to feel safe, seen, heard, and that does not change. So that's good news. If you're dating again, though, it can stir up a lot of mixed feelings. Maybe excitement, confusion, being afraid of rejection. So whatever you're feeling is very normal. Take inventory of that.
Maybe even guilt.
Some guilt, absolutely. If you've had a loss or you've had a breakup, so it can trigger positive and negative feelings at the very same time.
I can imagine there's so many different starting points that people are at and reasons to why they're getting into dating again. So where does someone begin when they've, haven't dated for 20, 30, 40 years?
Yes, before you jump into the dating apps, before you swipe, be sure to do a self-assessment. Ask yourself, what are you looking for in a relationship? And that answer is likely to be very different than what you may have answered 20 years ago or when you began dating. Take inventory of that. Who are you right now? What are you seeking? What is your motivation for dating? And start by talking with friends who are dating. Understand what their experience is and start to learn some of these new terms and lingo first and foremost. The good news is that if you feel overwhelmed by technology, it's very easy to learn, and there are people that can help you, and you can do some Googling.
It's really funny listening to older people talk about this too. Like, I used to go to this manicurist, and I go there, and all the ladies around me would be talking about, the ladies in the building met this fellow, or she met him, or her,
You can hear a lot of gossip at a place like that.
Yeah, and the big thing I always hear is, don't do that. Don't do that, maybe, because you'll be a nurse with a purse. So it's like you get advice from your friends. Is that good advice, or what do you think?
It can be great. It can help you to set some of your expectations, to know what's normal, to understand what you're looking for. But you could also talk to a professional. If you have had a hurt, a betrayal, trust issues, sometimes this is something that you need to work through.
Fix first.
And one of the biggest red flags for you is how you talk about the end of your relationship. If you feel stuck or triggered or traumatized as you talk about how your relationship ended, that is one thing to bring to a therapist. They can help you to unravel that and work through it before you jump in again.
Well, that would be, I guess, one of the biggest challenges that you would probably come across. Are there other things that people would view as challenges as they go through, so that I just don't want them to give up? So, could there be challenges that they face that you can hurl and navigate?
Fear of rejection. This is pretty key. And some old mindsets. Saying to yourself, I'm too old for this, I can't do it. So we work on being open and looking at this as a new chapter of your life. That it's not a failure, you're rewriting the past, but looking towards the future. Another complicated aspect is children and family dynamics.
Yes.
Be prepared for that. You are entering now a new system, and you're meshing with that. So it's important to slow down if there is extended family involved or children involved. Be really open with them, transparent, but age appropriate. You don't have to tell them everything, but let them know that you are dating, and be prepared for some strong reactions.
I can only imagine. How much do you listen to your children? I know there's so many parents out there probably trying to date. How much do you listen to what they're saying, and how much do you follow what's in your heart when you're in those scenarios?
Be empathetic to your kids. They're often going to have some negative reactions, and just because they have a negative reaction doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. So keep that in mind. Take their feelings very seriously, but they don't have to control or edit the direction that you go. Reassure them that they are not replacing your spouse and that their role in your life is not going to change. So if you are able to do those things, that's going to help to smooth the way. But be prepared that your children are going to have some reaction to you dating again.
And I imagine you have to be comfortable with yourself to be comfortable with somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yes. Being comfortable with yourself is number one. You want to be in a place where a relationship is going to complement you, not complete you. And if you're looking for a relationship because you are feeling you need some distraction, that might be a sign that you are not quite ready. You want to find some connection going on in your life. So take inventory of where you're at, how ready are you, And if you're not quite ready, you can take a break and work through some things before jumping in again.
Well, if you're still nervous, you can always set up an appointment with Dr. Albers
That's
at the
what I would
Cleveland
do.
Clinic.
Happy to help you through
That's
it.
what I
And
would
she
do.
will help you through it and go through all those nerves and everything else that because it's not easy. It is not easy
It's
for
a
people.
custom-made thing. It's not not
Yes.
the same for everyone.
Absolutely. But it is an opportunity. And remember that this is supposed to be a fun part of your life, that you should feel energized, not drained by the idea of dating again.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank
She's
you.
always so sweet and wonderful to work with. We appreciate
Thank you.
Hopefully we've spurred some people to get out there and make a new connection.